To enlighten us further on information technology perspective of IoT, we have Mr. Muhammad Shahid Shafiq, Chief Technical Officer, Alexa Technologies, Pakistan. Mr. Muhammad Shahid Shafiq is associated with Alexa Pakistan from last 20 years in different technical capacities. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Muhammad Shahid Shafiq.
Thank you very much for having me here. Actually, I would like to describe what is IoT and why should you care about it. It's more of an introductory aspect rather than technology. It's going to be very much technical, and I don't want to dive deep into technology. So what is this IoT? Everybody is talking about it. Actually, when I received a call from Dr. Tamim that, okay, we want somebody to talk about IoT, I said, what is IoT? So I said, okay, give me some time, and I will do some R&D and talk. I will prepare something. So it was also new for me. I was hearing for the last 1 year, there is IoT, IoT, IoT. Things are connecting together. But you see, internet is here for some years. Everybody is using. But for past few years, the internet has been, it has been a product of people. Content is generated by people, for people, and it is about people. And internet has been woven into our world, and smartphones it's introduced into everyday life. And it has transformed our lives. Now that there's a new internet coming up with this Internet of Things, which is making things talk to each other. So how is it happening? So what we are doing is enabling things to sense and communicate. So we are adding sensors to our devices, new devices, so that they can touch, interact, and communicate, so that they can share their experiences with each other. So this is a new kind of experience, and new technology is evolving. Things are communicating with each other, generating huge amount of data. So this is all, as the name indicates, Internet of Things. That's what we are calling it. So as my friend just gave the examples of smartphones. See, how is it part of the Internet of Things? Smartphone has a lot of sensors. It has touch sensors, it has proximity sensors, now ambient sensors, all the sensors. And it communicates over the cellular network. Then there's devices coming, many people are using a fitness band. It tracks your steps, it tracks your activity, even it tracks your sleeping patterns. And it also communicates over the network. That's also the ecosystem, part of the ecosystem of the Internet of Devices. Then there are some devices we will be using in our homes, the light bulbs. They can communicate over the network. And they can listen also. So with your mobile phones, you can send messages to your light bulbs to change the intensity of the light, switch them on or off, or just blink them. And you don't have to be at your homes. Even there are air conditioners, you can control them. Just before arriving at your home, you can just turn on the air conditioning systems. So that is also things communicating to the things. There is a company in Pakistan, startup, they introduced a collar band for cows. It's just like a fitness band for your cows. I mean, it's for the farmers. They have a base station, they place it, they install it into the farms, and this collar band is tied around the cows, and the cows go to the farms, and they're gazing, sitting, idling, and all this activity is tracked. The goal is to improve the productivity of the milk production and the consumption of the cows, and also monitor the health of the cows. In the end, to increase the produce. So we see there are some benefits, but is everything going to be good once everything is talking to each other? Just a lot of challenges. So you see, if everything is kind of becoming intelligent all of a sudden, I think I will be afraid. I don't want this mic suddenly talking to me, oh, your time is up. So first of the challenge would be that there will be a resistance, which is natural. So, but that will, over the course of time, that will fade away, which is natural. Then it may appear to be very simple, but Internet of Things is very complex. On the surface, it seems very simple, but it is complex. There's a saying that the technology, the best technology is if it vanishes in the lives of the everyday life. I think Mark Weiser is the person who said. So unless until it reaches that point, it will take some time for IoT to become a widespread thing. But we are seeing as the speed of the technology is evolving, it will be within a decade. It will be everywhere, we see. The major challenge would be security and privacy. You see this, we are using banking on internet. Now it's everywhere. It took some time, especially in Pakistan, I say. It's just like last year, I would say, now it is almost everywhere. But it took some time. We would not want our wristband to be reporting to government agency that, okay, the person is taking in the F9 Park a jogging track in the wrong direction. You want to catch him. Maybe, maybe not. And as Justin said, when there are a lot of devices generating data, there will be a need for open standards. And all of these devices would be actually consuming some energy. Though it will be very small, but there will be a challenge how those energy demands will be met. And all these devices will eventually be obsoleted in a decade. They will create a huge wastage. How that will be handled? So these are some of the challenges that we will have to consider. So how big is this IoT? As my friend Justice mentioned already, you see, in 2015, already there were 10 billion devices connected to the internet. And it is expected to grow to 50 billion by 2020. And this will actually usher a lot of billions of dollars into automotive electronics, healthcare, consumer electronics, and utilities. So it is going to be a big business, definitely, absolutely. And because of this, definitely large business enterprises is going to jump into early, then afterwards governments will jump in, and consumers will lag behind a little. Already, big companies, GE, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, IBM, Salesforce, they're already into it. They're buying some companies, they have already built their technological platforms to enable developers to jump into it, to create software technologies. The good part is actually for the developers, they don't have to create from scratch. They have created the platforms, and there are DIY kits already available in the markets, Arduino boards, some programmable boards that you just have to connect, which enables existing devices to add sensors and communications and connect them to this IoT ecosystem. So why is it that you should care about that? Because the inherent technologies of this IoT is that they sense, they communicate, and they acquire data, is that they would enable us to create systems and process data to create better healthcare systems by remote monitoring and remote diagnostics. This will help us to reach the systems that are not physically possible to reach in time. This way, we can also create safer environments by creating early warning systems for tsunamis, earthquakes, or floods. This way, it will be and create a convenient system for everyday tasks. And wisdom. Okay, let me also, so IoT also related to wisdom is, let me use a wisdom pyramid for that. You know, wisdom is extracted from knowledge, and knowledge is actually sensing the environment. So we observe our environment, acquire the data, extract information, observe the trends, identify the patterns, and extract knowledge, and from there the wisdom is generated. So IoT is all about data. So when all of the devices, they are generating data, acquiring data, exchanging data, so this huge, when 50 billion devices are generating and exchanging data, then these cloud providers that I just mentioned, GE, Google, they're providing these analytic softwares which enable us to identify the patterns and identify this knowledge, which is creating a wisdom, which will enable humans to create a better life. So this is IoT, that's why we care about it. Thank you very much.